Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. This is teacher Simon taking you through Cambridge Igcse Equal Mathematics for October-November 2024, paper 1-1, and this is part 2 for questions 12 to 24. Question number 12 shows half of a shape which has a line of symmetry, L. Complete the shape. Now, to complete the shape, if there is only one line of symmetry, this is the one. That means we just have to reflect this in this line. As simple as that. Just have to reflect. And when you reflect, the object and image must be equidistant from the middle line. And also the line that connects the object to the image point is always perpendicular to the middle line. So since this line is passing through the diagonals of these boxes, okay, that means also the line which is perpendicular to this middle line has to pass through the diagonals. You see? Through the diagonals. So we are going to use those lines that are passing through the diagonals. Okay. Now, let us come to this one here. So this is 1, 2. Then we shall move 1, 2. So we shall have our point here. Then automatically this one is going to be there. Even this one will be there. Then here 1.5, half and 1. So it will be here. Then you get your ruler. You connect this one here. Connect this one to this. Then connect this one to that. So that will be our shape. Next, number 13, part A, find the value of 6c plus 7d when c is equal to 3 and d is equal to -4. So 6c plus 7d is going to be equal to 6 times 3. It's just a matter of substitution. Then 7 times -4. 6 times 3, that will be 18. Then minus 7 times 4, that will be -28. And 18 and 28, the difference is 10. But which one is the biggest? The biggest is 28. So we take the sign of the biggest value. So that is -10. Then next part B, we are supposed to solve this equation. So what we can do is to take x to one side and then the constants on one side. So when 6x crosses, is going to be a negative. So now this side we are remaining with 8. Now 4 crosses, it's a negative. And then 11x here, then minus 6x. Remember, we undo operations. If it is a plus, we undo it with a subtraction. If it is a multiplication, we undo it with a division. Okay, and the reverse is true. So this is 4, which is equal to 5 of x. How do we then undo the multiplication? We shall divide all through by this 5. So that means our x is going to be equal to 4 over 5 or 0.8. Question 14, write 34 as a percentage of 80. So we shall have 34 here out of 80, then times 100. Okay, so putting this in the calculator, 34 out of 80, then times 100. That one gives us 42.5. So we shall write 42.5. Question 15. A bus stops 25 times on a journey. The table shows the number of people who get on the bus at each stop. Calculate the mean. So for mean, we are supposed to add all the numbers and we divide by how many they are. Okay. But since this one includes frequency, in other words, the numbers are more than one, like the numbers are appearing more than once, then we say summation of fx divided by summation of f. Okay, what does this one mean? 1 is appearing 6 times. I'm not going to say 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 like that. No, I will be wasting time. So the only thing that I do is to say 0 is appearing 1 time. Okay, then 1 is appearing 6 times. Then 2 is appearing 7 times. 3 is appearing 4 times. 4 is appearing 5 times. Then 5 is appearing 2 times. then we divide by how many they are. They are not just 6 numbers, no. They are 25 of them, okay? They are 25. Because ones, you have 6 of them. Twos, you have 7 of them. Now, when we multiply, of course, here we shall have 0, then here 6, then here 14, then here 12, then here 20, then here 10, and then we divide by 25. So we shall have 14 plus 6 plus 14, that is 20, then 32, then 42, and then let's repeat this. Here we shall have 30, then 30 for these two, then 42, then plus 20. Isn't that 62? Yes. So we get 62. So we shall have here 62 over 25. So what is 62 over 25? 62 divided by 25. This one is 2.48. So 2.48. Question 16. The diagram shows a trapezium with parallel sides of length 12 centimeters and W centimeters. The height of the trapezium is 8 centimeters. The area of the trapezium is 78 centimeters squared. Find the value of W. You know that area of trapezium is equal to a half, okay, H into A plus B. By the way, do we have this? Suppose this is my A and this is my B, and I get this same trapezium, okay? Then I flip it. I make a copy of it and I flip it here, okay? And I flip it here. This is A, this is B. Now it forms a parallelogram. And for a parallelogram, its area is just the base, okay, then times the height. Just the base times the height. Now, since we have two trapezia, now the base for this one is now going to be A plus B. You see that? Then times the height. Now, since we are having two trapezia in one parallelogram, that means I will say a half of that for me to get the area of the trapezium. Okay? So that is that. That's why we say a half into A plus B. So area of the trapezium is given as 78. Then here we have a half. Our H is 8. It has to be the perpendicular height. That is the distance between the two parallel sides. Okay, then we have W here, then plus 12. Of course, this one will give us 4 into W. If you want, you can open the brackets, but better to say 78 divided by 4, then W plus 12. 4 goes into 7 one time, and then remainder 3. So 3, you put it on 78 or on 8, that will be now 38. Then 4 will go there 9 times, okay, 9 times, because that will be 36. Now remainder 3, okay, I mean remainder 2. So 2 over 4 is a 0.5, so that will be 19.5. Now we can subtract 12 for us to get W, and then this one will give us 7.5. Then question 17, a distance d meters measures 34.6 meters, okay, correct to the nearest 0.1 meter. Complete this statement about the value of d. So if it is correct to 0.1 meter, then I will say the error bound is going to be equal to that 0.1. We divide it by 2, so we get 0.05. Okay, so that means the lower bound is going to be equal to 34.6 minus 0.05, and then the upper bound is going to be equal to 34.6 then plus the 0.05. So why do we get the error bound and we divide it by 2? The reason is here. I can have this 34.6 34.6. The next one is going to be 34.7. The one below is going to be 34.5. Now, we look at the middle of these numbers here. This one is going to be 34.55. This one is going to be 34.65. So all the numbers here, when I round them off, they give us the 34.6. Okay? And all the numbers here, they also do the same. But when you round off 34.65 to one decimal place, it is going to give you 34.7. So that's why here they don't give you less than or equal, but it is just less than, because when you take this value here, the result ceases to be this 34.6. Okay, so that's why we get this error bound given, then we divide it by 2, because we go halfway this way and we also go halfway this way. You see that? Now this one will give us 34.55, and then this one will give us 34.65. Question 18. The diagram shows a triangle and 2 points P and C on a 1 centimeter squared grid. Write down the coordinates of C. The coordinates of C, of course, that is 0, because on y-axis, okay, x is 0. So we shall have 0, and then the y coordinate is 5. As simple as that. Then next, they are telling us that the triangle is enlarged by scale factor 2 with center of enlargement C. Find the coordinates of the image of point P. Okay, now we are going to have, when we are drawing objects under enlargement, we always draw a line through. So let me use this P. I draw through P, okay, and then through the center. So we draw lines through the points, the object points, and then the center of enlargement. Okay, now in here we are going to get the translation C to P and multiply it by 2. Okay, then add the result to the coordinates of C. What do I mean? Because here they are telling us to find the coordinates of the image of P, meaning if it is multiplied by 2 and the scale factor is positive, that means the object and the image, they are on the same side of the center of enlargement. You get it? So we are going to get this one here, then we multiply it by 2. So that will be the distance. So that means P prime is going to be some other side there. Okay, now what do we have to do? We just have to look at the translation of P from point C. Okay, so when you check this one here, and you also check here, this is 3, and then these are how many points? These are 7 points. So we are going to get what is the translation here? 3, 7. I mean 7, 3, because we have to write the x first and then y next. So we shall have 2, then 7, 3. So when we multiply, this one will give us 14, 6. That means for us to get the value, the coordinate of P, we shall now move 7, then another 7, then 3, then another 3. That is where that line will meet it. Okay, so that is 14, 3. So we shall come back here and now write the P prime. Now it is from point C, okay, from point C. So we are going to have, remember, this point C is 0, 5. So we shall have 0, then you add on 14 on the x, okay? You are moving 14, so move 14 units. Then this will move 6 units. But the 6 units you are moving up, you are adding them onto this 5 here. Okay, so that's why I'm saying we do that translation on the coordinate of C, on the coordinates of C. So this one will then be 5 plus the 6. 14, this is the X here, and then the 6 here then goes to the Y, coordinate of P. Okay, so altogether this one is going to give us 14, and then here 11. Then part C, find the area of the enlarged rectangle. Now here, you should know that area scale factor is equal to the length scale factor squared. Okay, length scale factor, the length scale factor squared. Okay, because if I have, let's say, this is my rectangle, it is, let's say, 2, these are 2 units here, and then here it is 1 unit. Now if I enlarge by scale factor, 2, then that means here I'm going to have these 2 units now times 2. Okay, first of all it was like this, now it repeats itself here like that, you see. Then even up here it will be the same, enlarge it by 2. So do you see that there are 4? There are 4 of them. So if the scale factor of enlargement is 2, the area scale factor is going to be 2 squared. You see that? If there were 3, then I would add on like that, and also here I add on another, so they become 3. So you see, now this will be 9. So if the scale factor of enlargement is 3, then the area scale factor is 3 squared. You see that? Okay, now that is what we are having here. So area of the bigger one divided by area of the smaller one, which is 15, then is equal to length of the big, okay, the scale factor is 2, so I'll just say 2 squared. Then I cross multiply, that means area of the bigger one is going to be 2 squared, which is 4 times 15. Then this one will give you 60, just like that. Question 19, Joe asks some people if they own a car and if they own a motorbike. 86 people own a car, 39 people own a motorbike, 7 people do not own a car and do not own a motorbike. That means I can put the 7 outside here right away. Now, since 86 people own a car, that is for this whole set for C. That is this whole set. Okay, so I will therefore get 86, then subtract 74, and that one will give us a 12. So I'll put here a 12. This one is for this. Okay, and then they said 39 people own a motorbike. This is the set for M. Okay, so 39 people own a motorbike. So I will now say 39 minus 12, which will give us 27. So here I will write the 27 like that. And then they are saying find the total number of people that Joe asks. So of course we shall get now 74 plus the 12 plus the 27, then plus the 7. Okay, and then when we add all of that together, we shall have 120. Then next part C, write down number of those in the intersection. Those are the ones in the middle. Okay, and we can see that it is 12. So that is 12. Okay, then question 20, Josh buys a car for $7,800 and sells it for $5,265. Calculate his percentage loss. So percentage loss is going to be equal to loss, then divide by the cost price. or the buying price. Okay, the buying price. Then from there you multiply by 100. So the loss is going to be the buying price because it is bigger than the selling price. So 7800, then minus 5265, then divide by the buying price was 7800, then times 100. Okay, now can put this in the calculator, and we say 7800 minus 5265, then this is 7800. Okay, then after this we can say times 100, and this one can give us 32.5. so this is 32.5. By the way, here I'm using a calculator because these papers were set when there was using a calculator, but this year 2025 there is no use of a calculator in paper 1 and paper 2 for extended. So you can check the specimen papers that I've done on this channel, and then you see how those papers are set, and then how you can approach them without using a calculator. Question 21, part A, factorize. We have 28x, then minus 35. So this one is actually the same as saying 7 times 4x. Then 35 is also 7 times 5. So what is common? 7 is common. So I cross it, then I bring it out here. Then here what is remaining is 4x, and then here it is 5. So that means we shall write 7 into 4x minus 5. And then part B, make R the subject of the formula. So T is equal to R over 4 minus P. You can first take P this side, okay? So when I take it this side, it now becomes a positive because it has been a minus, okay? Then after that, we can cross multiply. So that means our R is going to be 4, then times T plus P. If you want, you can expand and you say 4T plus 4P. Question 22. Solve the simultaneous equations. You must show all your working. Okay, so here I'm going to use elimination, where I'm going to do away with one variable. I remain with 1. Now, in here, I can multiply this one by 1 and then this one by 3, so that I make the coefficient of y to be the same, okay? I can multiply maybe by 3 and 5 to make the coefficient of x be the same, okay? So you can do what you want. So me, I'm going to change to make the coefficient of y the same. So when we multiply, of course, the upper one remains 5x plus 6y, which is equal to 9. And then down, when you multiply all through by 3, that is 9x, then minus 6y, which is equal to negative 51. Now, here, since the signs are different for y, then we are going to add. When the signs are different, you add. When the signs are the same, then you subtract. So when we add, here we shall get 14x, and then here we shall get negative 42. So meaning if I want to get x, it will be negative 42 divided by 14. So our x then becomes negative 3. Then I can substitute in any of these to get the value of y. So 5 times negative 3, I'm substituting in the first one, plus 6y is equal to 9. So 6y shall be equal to 9. 5 times 3, that is 15. So when it crosses, it becomes a positive here, okay? And then y shall be equal to, this will be 24 divided by 6. So y becomes a 4, okay? So then I can come here where the answers are supposed to be put. I put negative 3 and then positive 4. Question 23. Without using a calculator, work out 5 whole number 1 over 3 minus 3 whole number 4 over 7. You must show all your working and give your answer as a mixed number in its simplest form. So the first mark is to convert these mixed numbers to improper fractions. Okay, so 3 times 3 times 5, that is 15, then plus 1, you get 16 over 3. Then 7 times 3, 21, plus 4, we shall get 25 over 7. Now these two together, LCM, just multiply them, then multiply this with this, and then multiply this with that. We call it the butterfly method. So here we shall have 21, then here 16 times 7, there's a minus here, then 25 times 3. So 16 times 7 is 102, and then 25 times 3, that is 75. Then out of 21, when I subtract those two, I get 37 divided by 21. So that is one whole number. And then you say 37 minus 21. That one gives us 16. So 16 is the remainder. So one whole number, 16 over 21. Question 24. The diagram shows part of a regular polygon. The interior angle of the polygon is 132 degrees larger than the exterior angle. Okay. Then they are saying calculate the number of sides of this polygon. So on the look of things here, the exterior angle plus the interior angle, they equate to 180 because they are angles on a straight line. So I'll have x plus 132, then plus x, then this one will be equal to 180. Okay, angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. This would be the geometric reason. Angles on a straight line, okay, angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So what will be x? This is 2x, which is equal to now 180. Then minus 132. That one will give us 48. Then x is equal to that 48 divided by 2, which is equal to 24. Now that is the exterior angle. And we know that the exterior angle of any regular polygon, it is equal to 360 degrees divided by n. So this is 24, which is equal to 360 divided by n. When we cross multiply, n is going to be equal to 360, then divide by the 24 degrees. So the degree will cancel, okay? And then we shall get this one as 15. This has been it for this part of the paper. Thank you so much for watching. May God bless you. If you find the content very helpful to you, kindly like, share, and even subscribe. See you in the next video.